Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another multi-category tournament from this 2022 tournament. I'm joined today with Junie June, and we're going to be watching the race from Farfelu and Iron Rusty. How you doing tonight, Junie?
Oh, I'm good. Excited to do comms with you again.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm looking forward to this race. We got two of the 2-0 runners. I've seen quite a few races and seen some crazy outcomes. These seeds tend to be fairly quick. Although I've seen, some, if you don't understand the logic, I've seen people have end up even running an hour and a half on this seed. Where last night there were two racers who were within a minute of each other in their finish. One of those happens to be joining me on comms today.
Yeah, so these two runners, Farfelu and Iron Rusty, I don't know a whole lot about Farfelu except that anytime I see him in a race, he's like at the top. So he's very good. Rusty, meanwhile, Rusty has made some real strides in this game. Just, within the past few months, he just seems to keep getting better and better and better. Yeah, Farfelu is a top SMZ3 runner as well.
And I think part of that is Rusty has been really pushing himself in dealing with harder categories. Oh, and now we've got the runner starting up. So what is that sprite on Farfelu's? What that ship?
I have no idea.
It kind of looks like
Kirby or something.
Kirby a little bit. Yeah.
Confirmation. Kirby confirmation. All right, well, let's talk about this format a little bit. So we have Chozo distribution of items, boss rando, and vanilla. So vanilla area is just going to be the regular vanilla map. Boss rando, obviously the bosses are shuffled, but Chozo is a really interesting format because the way that it works is you have all these Chozo statues throughout the world. And in the vanilla game, they usually hold all your power-ups, like, they're going to be picking up Morph pretty soon here, beam upgrades, boots, things like that. The way that the logic works, if you only visit those Chozos, you will get everything that you need to finish the game. They include, on top of the power-ups, they include 2 missile packs, 2 supers, a power bomb pack, and then I think it's three
E-tanks and one reserve. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because there's some item locations you'll see in this tournament that you don't normally see players visit, like 230 missiles is a Chozo statue that a lot of people don't think about. Early supers, sorry, not early supers, Crade supers is another Chozo statue location, and the item behind early supers is another location. So there's quite a few, different routes players will end up taking in this, and we've seen some big route diversions depending on where the players are heading. But both players are going to come out of Blue Brand with missiles, power bombs, and the bomb, and we will see what choices and what directions they go from there.
Oh boy, this could be another super missile hunt. We'll see. Those power bombs, by the way, are technically out of logic because, again, so are these. Because technically, you can find your first power bombs on a Chozo. Oh, Farfelu is going to meme route, it looks like.
Yeah, Farfelu is going all the way through, or Iron Rusty is going to head back up. Now, with power bombs, would you go check the 230 missile right away?
Yes, 230 missiles for sure. I would not take this meme route. I'm interested to see how this works out. Without supers, you really can't do much in Big Pink. Oh, there's supers.
Just as you're saying that, of course.
So this will be fine. Yeah, 10 power bombs and a pack of supers. It's ideal, really, because if you go back up the climb, you're basically going up and down the map an extra time. The way that Farfelu is doing this, he went down, cleared Retro Bryn, and now he's just going to work his way back up and clear Big Pink and Green Bryn, and it should be faster for him by the time he makes the loop.
Yeah, and this is another one of those examples where we're going to see, the route diversion and see what this does for the runners, because Oh, and there's Farfelu going to check that Kraid missile location. Yeah, Chozo logic is definitely if you're used to any other type of run, it's definitely it's rough on the brain. I did catch Farfelu got E-Tank. What did Rusty get out of 230 there?
Oh, you know what? I had my eyes closed. No, I was watching Farfelu too. I didn't see.
Power bombs. Okay.
Ah.
And now Rusty's checking our friend Bomb Chorizo. And
Okay, and Rusty finds
that's the logic
as well.
supers. Okay.
Whew. I was just gonna say, I hope Rusty doesn't have to go all over the place looking for supers now.
Unfortunately, in this one, we do have to fight our little friend.
That's right. If you if you have bombs, then Bomb Chorizo will wake up, and you get to fight him.
However, with supers and just a couple of missiles and a super, that's a very quick fight. So,
all right, Farfelu is going to be checking out the Brain Reserve.
that looked like an E-Tank back there on the lower reserve missiles. So that's a nice extra grab along the way. With all of these power bombs. Wow. Holy cow.
I think they're set on power bombs.
That seems like, and there's the logic missiles. I was wondering, with all these power bombs, is Rusty going to try the gauntlet play? And he is.
Yeah, gauntlet's real good. There is a Chozo up there. You can't have a suit in these early areas with the settings that they're using, but there could be something else like ice beam, high jump, speed, space jump. Lots of really good items that could be up here.
Well, plus just because Rusty will probably be heading that way anyway. You grab a couple miners along the way if they're worth it. You know, if they're hopefully a couple super packs or something on the backside of Gauntlet.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised Farfelu skipped a missile pack back there, which, I mean, missiles... there's
Ooh, high jump boots. Okay.
I imagine Farfelu will be going through there as well. I don't know that I would skip missiles this early. Like, you don't really need a whole lot of missile packs, and personally, I like to just bank on charge. I don't really go for ammo in Chozo settings because you don't have that many locations to check, and it just seems like it's a big time sink to go hunting for ammo when you could otherwise hunt for charge and probably find it faster. But still, I like to have a good set of missiles. So in this early game, I wouldn't skip any. But
Farfelu is now going to check that 230 location while Rusty gets rewarded with a missile pack and regular missiles out of the backside of Gauntlet, and now is going to head down and clear the green and pink Brinstar locations. Rusty farming up as well. Oh, Rusty's oh, never mind. Yeah, that's a quick check and worth it. Now is going to head down to Bryn.
Now Farfelu gets his BT fight.
Totally fair fight here.
We might see Farfelu save before going up into Gauntlet, because if Gauntlet were just an E-Tank or reserve or something, he'd probably just reset back to the ship and then continue his journey. But
yeah, but high jump boots
yeah, he'll want to take those.
High jump boots is definitely an item worth grabbing. Now Rusty, or Iron Rusty's hitting that early supers location, sees that other E-Tank. Farfelu, oh, you know what? That's because he's heading right. I was like, maybe not comfortable with the Alcatraz escape, but no, is heading to heading up and checking Gauntlet as we expected.
Yeah, I've been told that it's faster to go through that way than go up through Alcatraz. I don't know how much faster. I don't know if it's frames or seconds, but.
So one difference I've noticed between these two runners is one of them is a always moonfall when they can, and the other one is a no moonfall runner.
Ah.
Rusty does perform the moonfall, and Farfelu does not. So in the early part, getting to bombs, that gave Rusty a pretty significant advantage.
Sure, yeah. Farfelu having a much safer run through Gauntlet. Did Rusty have any tanks going through here?
No.
Yeah, that can be a little scary. Alright, and we can see they're gonna
Farfelu's choosing to go back out the front rather than continue to the backside of Gauntlet.
Really not respecting those miners, which, will probably pay off. I like to, I don't know, I have a rule of getting like 20 to 30 missiles, and I like to have 30 supers, just so if I run into Ridley, then...
Yeah, then you're ready for that fight. Yeah, and Ridley sans charge, right. You're ready for that fight.
But we can see now Rusty is still finishing up Big Pink, and Farfelu is heading into Red Tower. That Red Tower is where they'll kind of
high five in a minute here. Yeah, because it looks like I would assume Rusty's headed to the Red Tower. Well, he's gonna have to check the charge location and then head to Red Tower.
Yep, and so we can see how that meme route kind of put Farfelu ahead a little bit.
Yeah, plus the not grabbing extra items right now, because those are all, every time you grab an item, it's time.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 7 seconds for every item.
Oh,
there's the charge beam.
So that's going to make a difference too on the direction that that Rusty chooses to go in Red Tower. If he chooses to go do that alpha power bomb check first or not, because that's huge.
I imagine he will. That seems to be a pretty standard decision.
I definitely saw someone getting early charge make a huge difference in the matchup the other day. So that's these routing decisions, and routing decisions are huge in this seed, especially because the runners seem to be pretty on par with movement. So it's really just a matter of just missed the high five there.
Farfelu not doing an X-ray check.
Maybe
I think that is in logic with bombs. Bombs and high jump puts it in logic with this number of tanks. I'm pretty sure.
Nope, charge and wave. All right. Yeah, and Rusty is going to get that charge beam.
Only one tank is chosen. Okay, so maybe not in logic. Now, I don't know. From my experience, these Chozo seeds, that X-ray check hasn't been as useful as it was in the week 2 seeds from last week. For whatever reason, I don't know what the reason was, but that X-ray Chozo seemed to be really useful last week.
You say that, and there was a runner who found charge at like this week. A runner who found charge at that Chozo statue, and another runner who had to go to Mother Brain with ammo.
Ooh. Yeah. See, that's again. I I don't know. I probably play some of these wrong, but before I even press start to start a new game, I'm already committed to finding charge on a Chozo. I don't like going for ammo.
Ammo just requires so many extra checks. Farfelu has definitely played the charge only plan with just 10 missiles, 10 supers. And Rusty at this point should be on the no ammo plan for the rest of the game.
Yeah, finding that wave beam is nice too. It kind of gives a little bit of insurance to the beam. Having charge and no beams can be scary. Usually you'll find some beam, but
Farfelu gets that. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say you don't want to fight Mother Brain with a 300 shot fight.
No, the worst is that like spending 30 minutes trying to kill Mother Brain. Farfelu gets prayed down quickly.
It was nice. Rusty taking a save at this lesser used save station. He's gonna go back for X-ray. Let's see if this pays off.
This could be saving there actually does kind of make some sense, because you're about to do this, and if it's nothing you want, you can just reset quickly, go back to the save point, and then go do the check at Kraid. And if it's Ridley, you reset, and both that save point now becomes a double save. So it's kind of makes it a little bit of a time save there.
Yeah, I wonder if it would be better to go down to Business Center though. There is the elevator ride, but there's not the tube break. I don't know. I definitely like the save. I just wonder if the Business Center save would be better. Rusty doing the D-boost across. Oh, he gets it.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Very good. Second attempt gets through.
Let's see what he's rewarded with.
Varia. Ooh, that's big this early.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's going to make life a lot easier. Yes. Yeah, I gotta agree with Nevdi, who mentioned this in chat. Actual game-winning potential, making that move now. It's, and this is, again, as I said, these route choices, they can be huge. All right, and is gonna safely escape. Turning those high jump boots back on, because I watched a runner run most of the race the other night without high jump boots. So got used to that, and then found the high jump boots, and then the last third of the race felt like I could see their movement was super awkward, because they were just like, I've just spent 30 minutes playing with no high jump.
Yeah, I've definitely been there. So this is interesting. Rusty's probably going to skip all of these tanks that Farfelu is grabbing. He doesn't need them. He's good to go.
Rusty at this point is just gonna check for a few beams and a couple of other major checks here. But yeah, finding a Varia now is huge. Obviously, need to get that gravity suit to make Meridia a lot easier, because there's nothing quite like suitless Meridia.
All right, Rusty joining Farfelu down in Norfair. I wonder if Rusty will take a save here and head back up to Kraid. He skipped Kraid.
I have a feeling like just because Kraid is something you can hit at any point. Vario was in X-Ray. Because Kraid's something you can hit at any... Oh, yeah, just not even going to take the C-Tank. Yep. Rusty knows he doesn't need it. Got more than enough E. Farfelu's heading up Bubble Mountain here. A couple of Chozo statues here's a check. The first one being that speed check. And then wave beneath that. You can see here this energy drain that Rusty's not going to have to face. Is that Varia?
Yeah, the difference between doing Varia between doing Norfair with Varia versus doing it without is vast. So this will be much faster for Rusty.
Farfelu's headed down speed now. We'll see what he's rewarded with here. We know it won't be Varia, but
what would be a little bit unfortunate for Farfelu is if he finds gravity and then ends up going into Meridia and searching everything up there, not realizing that Varia is back at X-Ray.
no, instead find screw attack. Both players have grapple, which means they can take that easy Dragon kill. Rusty, I think, looked for a second there like he was thinking about checking or headed up to Kraid. Oh, you know what? Probably going to take this business center save and go check Kraid. Yep, yeah, that's going to be the play.
That makes a lot of sense, because there is a save up in the Kraid area, but if it's a boss that you can't kill, like if he ran into Dragon right now, he wouldn't be able to, well, technically he can get out. He could do a Crystal Flash, get a Crystal Flash suit, and get out that way.
Alright, so...
Ridley would be pretty rough right now too, though, with this ammo and just charge wave. So, being Kraid, now he'll be just fine.
Farfelu finds Spazer back there.
The most important beam in the game.
Yes.
That's true. Dweeb pointing out that they have 25 or 30 X factors available.
Yes. That's insanely high super count.
Boy, that would be a fun challenge. An X factor only Ridley. I wonder if anybody's ever done that.
You know what, Junie? You should. Just give yourself like 50 supers, or 50, and go for it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, nobody taking Kraid to prom today.
Aw. Oh, and there's our my personal favorite villain in the whole game, just because he really just wants to give you a hug, and we treat him so poorly.
He looks so friendly, swinging his arms around. Now I have a theory on Crocomire, and here's my theory. Crocomire is actually just a bone creature. All of this red stuff on him, this is just extra gunk, like that he's built up over time. And he's very happy in the acid. It's just where he takes his bath, right? So he doesn't want to take a bath because he just, he doesn't want to. So we come down and we play ball a little bit, throw some things around, and we help him to get into the acid where he takes his bath. And now look, he's going to come around. He's taking a nice little swim underneath, and he's going to wave goodbye to Samus and take a nap.
Okay. That's certainly a theory. Meanwhile, Farfelu is giving everyone a show there with holding on to the grapple and not collecting those missiles behind Croc. That's one of the greatest moves I've seen in a while. Taunting those poor missiles. They thought they were going to have use, and Farfelu's like, no, bad.
I'm really interested to see what Farfelu finds down here. Let's see. I'm just really afraid for him that it's going to be a gravity suit, because then he's going to go up into Meridia, I imagine, and just search a lot of stuff there.
This is the way not a lot of people are used to seeing people get into this area, but ooh, struggling with this green gate glitch.
Yeah, I think it's actually faster if you have bombs to go down and then bomb jump up to the grapple item.
Oh, gonna have to go refill. Meanwhile, Rusty's now making his climb up Bubble Mountain. Now we see this Varia making life a lot easier. Rusty doesn't have to worry about health at all here. It's just on a clean movement and no issues. Is going to take that E-tank though, putting him up to 6.
All right, Farfelu getting through.
Yeah, sometimes that gate glitch can be a little tough.
Yeah, boy, I tell you, sometimes I get it in one attempt, and then sometimes I'm sitting there and I waste 50 missiles.
Ooh.
Just an E-tank. So I think that only leaves X-ray, or, he could go up to Wreck Ship and see what boss is up there.
Wreck Ship, as I've seen, Wreck Ship in these has been consistently scary. Like, it's just not a location a lot of runners have wanted to head to quickly, because what if it is Ridley?
Yeah,
and then you're looking at one of the furthest save points. It's a long trek over there, and for nothing, especially if you don't already have Fantoon down.
Yeah, it doesn't have a whole lot of worth to it. What people do a lot of times is they'll save at the top of Red Tower and then head up and see what's there. If you're going to make that play, it makes more sense to do that than to go all the way to Wreck Ship and save there.
Now, do you think... So Rusty's got a couple of choices. He could potentially go do his lower Norfair clear now.
Yeah, I think that's what he'll do.
And that would allow him to just avoid this area for the rest of the game and go ahead to the other spots. Now he does get screw attack.
Yeah, especially with screw, he has an easy lava dive. He has he can make his way through lower Norfair. There's really no reason for him not to go down there. He may check Croc first. I don't think he will though. We'll see what he decides.
Farfelu's headed back up. We'll likely check X-ray at this point.
Yeah, I imagine he will.
I can't imagine he won't. Rather,
yeah,
that seems kind of like a little too obvious at this point, especially in this type of seed, because of those chosen. Yeah.
Oh, Rusty sees those supers and doesn't pick them up. I guess he's
not worried about. Yeah. Has the Spazer, which, it's not plasma, but it's still enough. Farfelu does get to do this a lot faster with that grapple.
That is true. I forgot he had Spazer. With just Wave, if Ridley's down here, it could be a little bit scary. But... All right, and now we have a race on our hands.
Rusty is taking that lower Norfair play. This lava dive. Plenty of tanks.
Imagine Farfelu will be right behind him.
Well executed lava dive to get here. I think at this point, with the items that players have, this is going to come a lot down to execution from here on out.
Yeah, that's the way these Chozo seeds often are. They go so fast You get a couple of good players playing these, and they can really fly. I don't know. Have we had any sub 50 seeds this week?
That I don't know. I know we've had some very, very close. I mean, I would guess there's been... I know there was... I think there was a 51 for sure. I don't know. Does anyone out there know what our lowest time so far this week has been? Granted, we're only a few days in to runs. Screw Attack's making this easier.
Yeah, I imagine by the end of the week we'll have at least a few sub 50s, if there aren't already some.
Oh, and
my goodness.
Gravity is down at the vanilla Screw Attack location, so that's big.
Yeah, that's not
Rusty
quite...
has bow suits.
Oh, that may be go mode if Dragon isn't in Meridia. Which he's probably not. I think Rusty's a little too far right here. He's gonna bonk.
Yep, saw it. Caught it.
I look at those pillars in the background, and that's kind of your window.
This is an area that if you're not used to how to escape this area, this is not the most fun, but missing that space jump here.
Yeah, for sure.
Apparently Duck got a 42.
Wow. That is a time. That is a time. So if I'm Rusty right now, I think I'm assuming that Farfelu also found that Varia early. He didn't. But I think I'd be scared in either of their shoes right now.
Yeah, just at how close this might be. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Probably thinking they really need to push themselves. Go ahead.
For a second, I glanced over Farfelu's screen and I saw him going right through Lower Norfair, and I thought that he skipped GT, but he wasn't down in that area yet.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to come down to what else they both decide to check. Whether or not they find a way to bot wound.
Now, at this point, if you are Rusty, how much more are you looking for? I mean, obviously, I think of all the items left, I think the biggest one I would want to find right now is ice.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Yeah, ice, and then probably speed after that.
Yeah.
And then plasma. Yeah, I would be hoping also to find Dragon down here. I would really, really want Dragon to be down here so that I know that I don't have to find ice or speed or do a crystal flash clip, you know. Because those are their options. In boss rando, you don't need ice or speed to get through to bot wound like you normally do in vanilla, because you can take the back door and go through Cack Alley.
All right, I do see Rusty making the choice to skip over some ammo locations that during the random last week a lot more people were checking, but this week definitely skipping.
Yeah, I don't imagine either of these runners will be checking any more non-Chozo locations.
Yeah, there's really just no reason to at this point.
Yeah.
Rusty farming up just in case. It is a scaly monster.
Yeah, this farm's gonna take some time though.
I mean, really, I think he's just worried about getting Super 20. Well, yep, Super 20. And we do get Dre.
Okay, that is best case. So they are go mode here. Yeah, Dweeb making another good point. Ammo could play a role here. All that, I mean, they're pretty close in ammo anyway. But Farfelu's missing 5 missiles that Rusty has, so that could be beneficial for Zebs if, like Zebatites, if they don't end up finding ice or speed.
Yes. Rusty gets that easy grapple kill there. Oh, and there it is. Okay. Well.
All right. Well, Farfelu farming as well, so not going to gain any time there on Rusty.
So, players are going to high five in Dragon's lair. All right. There they go. Now this is down to execution, because we're going to see Rusty head right to Meridia and then get up to the wrecked ship and head to Turian, which is where both players are going to go after this. So movement and execution are going to make the difference here. This is really close. While Farfelu's finishing up this Dragon fight, everyone please take an opportunity to follow these runners. They're doing an absolutely phenomenal job, giving us a great race. We're seeing, 2 different route choices, but the players are still really close. Just really that boss fight ahead. Rusty is. I'm gonna get a check here. 35-40 on the way up here for Rusty. So we'll check where Farfelu is and see how close. Definitely not skipping that ice beam. Grabbing that.
Oh, can you imagine if he saw it and just turned around and left?
Not something you're gonna do. I would hope not. That's a little too important. And then we see Farfelu execute that gravity jump. We saw Rusty execute that as well. That's a trick you need to learn for these kinds of runs. As many tricks as you need to learn to speed run the vanilla game well, there are so many more to execute through these randomizer races that they're fun and they're awesome to see the special kind of movement you can pull off.
I wonder if this is going to come down to who executes Turian better. Oh, never mind. They have ice. Never mind. I'm speaking as if it was 3 minutes ago.
No, it's really going to be
apologies.
down. I think this is coming down to Meridia, like the movement through there. And it's about Rusty's got about a minute 16 advantage right now, with the players both rushing. Both should be just headed right to the 2 boss kills and headed out. Fireflies would not be a major item in this logic because they are not a Chozo statue, so only the Chozo statues can hold major items in Chozo logic.
Yeah, there are a couple exceptions to that, but yeah, it's different than major minor logic.
Grim, David, I totally get it. The first race that I watched of these, I wasn't sure how they worked, and still trying to figure it out myself. What did Farfelu find there, Rest?
Missiles. I'm not sure what he's looking for, though.
Yeah, I don't know either. I certainly wouldn't be. He's checking this too.
He's just gonna put him farther behind.
Right. Where Rusty is just making a beeline to Meridia right now.
I think Rusty is afraid of Speedless Speedway. I think he's had some bad experiences with it in the past, and he just feels safer taking the
Safety,
top
safe.
route.
Yeah.
Well, farfelu will take speedless speedway, so this will save him some time. Yeah,
Want to explain that trick?
Yeah,
Jimmy?
when you're doing speedless speedway, there's a couple things you have to watch out for. Well, first of all, the way that it works is you go in, and you have to have wave at a minimum, and then along with wave, you either need space or a plasma.
Okay.
And so you run up to the blocks, angle up, and then just start mashing shots as fast as you can. And then as soon as you start going, what happens is the game, like you're shooting blocks that are off screen, and for whatever reason, it makes the blocks in front of you kind of disappear. So you can just run through them. And as soon as you start running through, you can stop shooting. But the problem, there are two things that people do that get them into trouble with that trick. One is starting to shoot too early, because if you start to shoot too early, you start to shoot the blocks too early, and I don't know the specifics of it, but you the blocks will reappear again too soon, and you won't be all the way through the wall, and you'll get stuck and soft locked. The other problem that people tend to have with it is they shoot too slowly. And so then same problem. The blocks that are off screen will reappear again before you get all the way through. So as long as you don't start shooting until you're right up against the blocks, and also shoot fast enough, you should have no trouble with speedless speedway.
Look where farfelu is headed. Oh, yep. Heading for the tube travel.
Yeah. Yeah, this is faster, isn't it?
Yes.
Did Rusty go through Batwoon?
Yes.
Oh. Interesting.
Rusty is super farming.
Yeah, 50% chance that this is Ridley here. Farfelu won't have to farm really at all, because they didn't have to deal with look at this. They are both in Coliseum now.
We're in the same room. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Big difference there. Well, we said it was going to come down to execution, and this is a huge choice as well. And I don't know why Rusty's even bothering to check for that, for precious missiles there. Oh, farfelu is too, so no time lost there.
Yeah, the supers are useful.
All right, this is we're in Fanny land. All right, the bonus is that means that wreck ship will be turned on when they get up there. So if they want to check a couple of those locations real quick, like the right side supers, that's a quick check you can make once you get there. Otherwise, you just go kill the scaly one and move on.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, whoever checks that
probably ends up behind it, unless they both do.
Yeah, unless they find speed there. Boy, this got real exciting.
Plasma could also, and we see both runners.
Yeah, for sure.
Here, fighting Fantoon, and this is a big difference too, is who's better at these boss fights.
Yeah, and what patterns Fantoon decides to give as well.
Man, this is a heck of a situation. Yeah, there are two really good items still left to find. Speed or plasma would be really big, so I think checking right side supers is probably the correct play.
Oh, Farfalu's Fantoon is
A little bit red.
Rusty's.
Oh,
Oh, but
Rusty got the kill.
Oh no!
Oh
Rusty
no!
didn't get the kill.
Enraged. Discount.
No. Let's see if we get an enraged state from Farfalu too. That would be exciting.
Nope, just a dead.
No. Okay, so Farfalu takes the lead.
Takes the lead. Execution.
Goodness.
Wow, folks, this is this is exciting. Not gonna lie, seeing two racers come down and be this close at this point. And Rusty does finish off the ghost there. Okay.
And Farfalu's on his way out of Meridia.
So the other day, I was asking Chinese Zenny about, you know, if I were practicing more, like if you were to tell someone, you know, if they're starting to be serious about speedrunning this game, what are the first 5 things you would practice? He said, well, I've really got 3. The first one is work on your basic movement. You know, things like wall jumps, mock balls, etc. You know, those things that you're gonna be required to get through a lot of areas. The second one was boss fights.
Yes.
Those can be deceiving in how much time you can lose or save, and like, you know, you watch some of the top speedrunners and the way they execute Fantoon. You know, where a lot of them are getting 2-3 round kills. You know, and Zenny has even had 35 1-round kills, which is totally insane.
Right. Madman. What was the third thing? I have to know.
The third thing was, you would ask this one. You know, I'm gonna have to take a second to remember.
Is Farfalu taking Forgotten Highway?
Oh, the third thing. Yes, he is taking Forgotten Highway.
There's
The
no
third
way this
thing
is
was-
faster.
No, I don't believe this is faster. I think we're going to see Rusty get back in front. The third thing was have a plan for every room.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Room strats.
Yeah, and that I mean, that totally makes sense, because if you don't know what you're going to do each room, again, that's just more time, and practice in all those individual rooms are huge.
This is so interesting. Like routing choices.
Divergence, yeah.
took Farfalu back into the lead, and now, yeah, I think Rusty's gonna get there first.
It's gonna be real close for sure. Wow, this has been a race. This has been pretty awesome.
Okay, Farfalu going up to check.
He's checking reserve E. Yep. Oh no.
Finds an X-ray.
And leaves it. No reason to pick it up now with all the microwavable bosses down.
Oh, who's gonna get there first? This is so close.
Wow.
Oh my god.
This is great. This is definitely one of the most... Oh my gosh. This is one of the closest races I've seen.
Oh my goodness. So Rusty is barely by like
Oh,
seconds
wow.
back in the lead. Oh my god, that sync.
Now, Farfalu does have 6 more supers. Oh. Wow. Both players are going in the room at pretty much the same time. This ammo count is going to make a difference. This is awesome. So, again, boss fight execution is going to matter here.
Yeah, I imagine Farfalu's not concerned about his health. He has plenty of ammo to take care of this very quickly. sure he's well versed. Look at that. Look at that. Flawless.
Wow. Great execution. This is these boss fights. You can win or lose your race.
And there's Plasma.
Oh wow! Both runners are
Rusty
going to get
checks
that
this
though.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, no reason not to grab that one. It's right there. But I don't know if... Yeah, I don't think you check the right side supers now.
Oh, no.
You just
not.
go.
I mean, it could be speed, but...
Rusty is checking.
It's a long way to go for speed.
Almost left without Plasma. Ooh, man. There would have been some questions there. Yeah, Farfelu is... just going right for it now. Yeah, so both players are going to be heading to Turian. So because of time, we're going to see both players seeing Baby around the same time. This is awesome.
Boy, has this been close. I just that sync of them going through that door down into the basement of the wreck ship was insanity.
Both of them starting their really fight at the same time. Just wow, this is
Farfelu filling up. I guess. I imagine Rusty will want to fill up too with this. I didn't see what Farfelu's health, or not health, what his ammo was at. He's probably pretty low.
So that was so that was just an ammo refill. Because the elevator does not refill on this style of seat, correct?
Correct. Oh, Rusty is not filling up. This is
wow.
This is risky. This is risky. He's got to get good drops.
I wonder. No, never mind. I'm not even going to ask. I'm not going to speak it into existence.
Don't want to do the commentator's curse today?
No. And both players spending time on the Turian entrance elevator together. Wow, this is...
Yeah. Rusty's going to have to be real careful with his ammo here, too.
Is having some pretty nice movement through that first Turian room. But Rusty's going to have to spend some time making sure he collects.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd be using all these supers, especially with missiles full.
Still getting 1 to 2 missile drops. These are, wow, super drops. Rusty is getting... Yeah, okay, now we're switching to missiles.
Yeah, he's... Okay, he will probably be okay now. Oh my god, no supers from that. Oof, this is tight. This is a little scary. Okay, he's refilling. Okay, he probably would have been fine there, but it's going back to refill. I don't hate that. If he knew how close this was, he'd probably just go. But look at these drops. Oh, he's going back again. I don't think he needs to do that.
But he's really trying to get more supers.
Yeah, definitely he'll feel more secure with more supers. Those drops were awful, though.
Yeah, after those
no supers.
Godlike drops in the first couple. Now it's 12 supers. Does feel more comfortable, so... Ooh, here we go. Now... Players can definitely make time up on the actual Mother Brain fight on that execution.
Yeah, look at this. They both have the same number of tanks. They both have their stand-up ammo, or stand-up health.
Farfelu gets the Zebetite skip.
But yeah, you can see if Rusty had taken that ship refill, this Turian would have been faster. Because he wouldn't have had to be careful with the ammo, and he also wouldn't have had to spend the time resetting that room.
Yeah, resetting the room and extra farming. Farfelu is already onto the rainbow mode. So really, a large part of this came down to their boss room execution.
Yeah, the bosses are the big thing. Farfelu had a better Fantoon and a better Ridley.
Yeah, and that was a lot of time. And we saw Farfelu give up all that time that he made up on Fantoon with a poor choice of going up Forgotten Highway, because they both entered that Ridley fight together. But that Ridley fight execution, that is a large part of this difference right now. If they both execute that Ridley fight at the same pace, then that Forgotten Highway play looks worse. But we are here.
Here we are. Yeah, Simo also pointing out that he did want to check wreck ship E, so taking that route does make sense. And Simo and Nevdi seem to agree that doing that check was good. I wouldn't do the check, but they're both better than me.
With where they were item-wise, I don't know, because you're going to get the, if it's Ridley, you're going to get the check behind Ridley. Or at worst, you've got right side supers as a check, so I don't know. No, they knew it was Ridley. So you knew you were going to get the check behind Ridley, plus you were going to get, at worst, right side supers if you needed it. So, with Farfelu now an escape, unless something catastrophic happens, this is just a formality.
Yeah. I'm sure Farfelu has got one eye on the game, one eye on the
race room right now. Yeah, absolutely. Just looking for that, that finish.
Boy, it feels so bad getting sniped in the escape.
I gotta agree with Nevdi here. This run was not decided completely by route choices. This was down to execution of boss fights, and just, because the players' movement, both of them had very comparable movement. So really, it's that it was those two bosses that made all the difference.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, and Rusty's gonna get sniped in the escape. Oh, I feel it every time I see somebody get sniped in there. It's so painful. But GG to Farfelu, finishing in first place. Are you in the room? Do you have the official time?
I'm not in the room, but
Okay. Well, screen says 5817. We'll go with that.
keep those GGs coming in chat, and get them ready for Rusty, who's going to be finishing up just behind. Official speed race time of 58:16. farfelu is going to be joining us in chat in just a second. Both players are done. As Rusty has already commented in chat, farfelu, congrats and GG on the race.
GG.
Hi, GG, thanks, and GG to Rusty. I think it was a very close race.
Yeah, it really came down to your execution of the boss fights. Because you both went into Ridley together. Like, it was almost the super door to drop down was basically synced, and you both basically walked into Ridley's lair, in to fight Ridley at the same time. So that execution was huge for you.
Okay, well, that's nice. Actually, I could catch the end of the stream at the end of the Ridley fight. So I could understand why Rusty finished like 1.5 minutes behind with the no ship refill. But I didn't know what happened before, so pretty cool.
Yeah,
Go
ahead, Junie. Sorry.
I was just gonna say you were trading the lead for a little bit there. You took slightly different routes throughout, basically doing the same things. Rusty didn't do meme route, so you got a little bit ahead there. But then Rusty checked. He did an early X-ray check, so he found that Varia sooner. So then he got down into Lower Norfair a little bit ahead of you, and it kept changing back and forth like that. It is a really, really interesting race to watch. You'll want to watch it back for sure. And then like Vincent was saying, entering that final fight at the same time, it was really exciting.
I did not know Rusty could do the X-ray boost, or maybe backtrack after getting grappled, but yeah, I had no idea if he got that Varia early, but yeah, definitely finding that last location made me feel quite bad. But at least with Gravity at GT, maybe I was expecting maybe he could skip that. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, it was kind of rough finding that Varia there.
Yeah, one of the differences is Rusty chose not to do Crocomire check, so that was in a whole area he didn't visit as well.
Yeah, just for an E-tank. Yeah. It's like...
Oh, yeah.
We are also now joined in the chat by Rusty GG.
Thanks for the race, farfelu. Congratulations.
Thanks, GG.
Yeah, when you guys get a chance to watch this, you'll see just how close it was all the way through, and watching those, watching that both of you enter the Ridley fight together, like that was the Fantoon fights and the Ridley fights, you were both in the rooms at the same time, and even Dragon, Rusty was exiting right as farfelu was entering, so it was really, really close.
Yeah, did you see where Speed in the credits is at Spring Ball?
Oh my goodness.
Shaq 2 was holding all the goods. All right.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
No Speed today. I did do the D-boost to X-ray. I was going down Red Tower and realized, I didn't save. I wanted to save before doing that, so I did Spazer, and then I broke the tube and saved there just to go back and check X-ray. So that probably lost me a minute right there. But I was thinking of it on the way down Red Tower, and I realized I hadn't saved. But it paid off.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I got the Vari suit and then just kept going down.
Yeah, we figured once you got that and you went down to Norfair, we're like, there's no reason Rusty's not just gonna finish out Lower Norfair and then head back up, and that definitely made up a lot of time for you.
Yeah, finding the high jump boots was kind of a big clue that I was thinking, like, man, I'm gonna have to go way down if I find Vari suit, and I did. So I just kept going down.
Now, farfelu, I have a question for you. you chose to take Forgotten Highway back up. Did you take that route because you wanted to check Wreck Ship Reserve, or yeah, Wreck Ship E-Tank?
Yeah, that was the only reason. You know, there's a lot of things going in my head when I race, and I was looking at my tracker, and I knew there were only 5 Chozos left, and Plasma and Speed were out there. So my guess was just go take a look at Wreck Ship E-Tank behind Ridley, of course. So you can at least find 2 of those 5 things out there. Well, there's Space Jump also. It's not definitely not what I want the most, but I guess if I find it, it's not a total waste. So yeah, I just wanted to make one more check, and I saw in chat it's probably a lot slower, but I don't time anything, and Butwoon was still alive, so I had to take the sand pit and the long way up to Wreck Ship, so that's why I just took the Forgotten Highway.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
not
And
a bad idea.
Of course, just found X-ray up there, unfortunately, but
Yep.
but no, that makes a lot of sense for sure.
Yeah, this race was a lot of fun to cover, and you guys were both. As I said, for the two of you, your movement was pretty even. It really just came down to, and your route choices put you guys in the same place at the same time. So it came down to It came down to execution. That those boss fights are all a huge difference, and we saw that your execution, farfelu, of Ridley and Fantoon definitely gave you a time advantage.
Yeah, unfortunately, Rusty enraged Fantoon. I didn't notice how many shots were you off?
I was
from
off
that?
by 2,
Oh, yeah, that's rough.
and I was down to like my last missile or something. So I thought, well, I'm just gonna try it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that RBO practice lately paid off. Yes, Ridley is a nice boss to fight when you have high jump and screw attack.
Nice.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, runners, absolutely phenomenal job. Great race for us to watch. You guys both performed well. The seed was this is the first time I think I've seen the entire beam set handed out in one of the seeds.
Yeah, that's true.
You guys, the Spazer showed up, and you both reluctantly took it. It's like, it's like you're being handed a gift, and you're like, it's a gift. I should take it, but I don't really want it. Like,
Second place kind of gift. Yeah. I'll take it.
right. Oh, I got to participate. The Spazer beam just always feels like a participation trophy. But
Poor Spazer. I love that
It had some legs for this one, I think.
and then you find that plasma beam behind Ridley, and both of you have to be like, well, that just finishes. That just makes everything easier.
I almost left the room. I was like, it's got to be
we saw
speed
that.
or I'm out of here. And I jumped in. I was like, wait a minute, that's plasma. I could use that.
Yeah, I saw you. You almost exited out without it.
I almost checked the door. That would have been dumb.
All right. Well, Rusty, do you have anything else?
No, thanks for covering the race, you guys. And nice job on the win.
Farfelu, anything else for you before we head out?
No, just thank you for the restream, Junie June, Vincent RTA, and Jestro Zooks, I think, for tracking. I'll definitely take your advice and watch it back tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to week 4. Thank you.
Yeah, I would. It was an absolute blast for us to watch. I think both of you will appreciate watching it back, and both of you will probably have moments where you're like, why did I do that there? But I think we always do that when we're evaluating ourselves. But all right, everyone in chat, give these runners a follow. They both gave us a great race today, and if you'd like, you can give myself or Junie June follow. And the last but not least, Jestrozuk's tracking in these multi-category and random races is so important. It helps us as the audience and chat be able to really see the progress of what's going on. And even if you come in mid race, you can see where the runners are, and it's a very important job. And we really appreciate the trackers and what they bring to the table for these races. Junie, do you have anything else before I talk about the rest of the schedule?
No, I think that covers it. This is really fun to watch, and a pleasure doing comms with you again.
Yeah, for sure. So we do have another race coming tonight. We have Beef Robber versus Cross Product, which would be a lot of fun. That's at 9:10 p.m. And then at 11:10 p.m. We have Kaizentun versus a real cutie. Again, that's at 11:10 p.m. tonight. So 2 more races tonight. That's awesome. A couple of events to watch. So that 9:10 actually would have started. It started 11 minutes ago. So you guys can check that out on SpeedGaming 4. The a real cutie race will be on SpeedGaming 2 later. And then tomorrow at 2:10 p.m. will be Owl versus Sentient Flatbread on SpeedGaming 4. Other matches through the week will fill up as we get coverage. But thank you very much for coming out, Junie. A pleasure doing broadcast with you again. It's the second race we've done together, and it's been fun for me. And thankfully, we got to cover a really good race this time.
Yeah, likewise.
So, all right. Well, again, I'm Vincent RCA, and this was Junie June and Jestro's Hooks on tracking. And thank you very much for coming out, and we'll see you guys next mission.